How you doing, guys? Here I am. Hang on, we gotta let me get the word out if I can. Hang on. How you doing? Hey, Timothy, is the sound, the audio, and the video okay? Right now, I'm putting in a few more posters, so hold on. Hi, traveler. Hang on a second. I gotta get this stuff out real quick since this is unplanned. Okie doke. Oh, you can't. Oh, okay. Don't do that, Timothy. Oh, hi, Kevin. How you doing? I'll be right with you guys. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. Okie doke. Got a couple more. I'll be right with you. Whoa. Hey, Abdul, how you doing? Hope you're feeling better, man. Okay, I'm back. Here we are. Uh, I'm looking at I don't know how much snow outside. We had a snow fall over a foot, and then it snowed a little on top of that, and then we had a big snow on top of that. It's like we can't get a break. We had a we had our driveway all cleared and everything, and now even the plows can't get to us. So this is a great time to talk about watches, and we can talk about anything we want to. So, hi, Calistoman. Oh, here in the sunny. Hey, listen, it's here. It's sunny, but up here in snow. So anyway, guys, so what would be a good topic? Yeah, one thing I'd like to mention, we've all probably already everybody's talked about this. I'm hoping that the tariffs will go away, at least maybe for a little while, and then they get goofy again, but we'll see. There we go. Oh wow, yeah, Cairo. I spent a New Year's Eve in Cairo one year back. back in the day, a long time ago. Hi, Brandon. Oh man, yeah, you guys are suffering. Oh man, I tell you, one thing in when I lived in San Diego and Santa Barbara, there really wasn't a lot for the weather person to do. And here they've got, I think, the guys they have and the gals they have PhDs in meteorology. They're talking about all of the things that we get hit by. And so anyway, so I figured it's a good day. Got on my Vacheron Constantin Mercator. This is a fun watch to wear. Hard to tell time with, but it's a lot of fun. So, um, so what's fun to talk about? I've been we've been running like mad. A bunch of us are doing the uh, Suarez ETN. We got the Suarez ETN 211, which is a dual barrel hand wound watch movement with a power reserve indicator. And we got our designer developer. There's a word. Okay, somebody's got to help me to pronounce this word. This word is, we have one of these. Okay, see if you can sound this one out. It's a French word. This is the guy who constructs a watch. I'm not sure if the same term, there's two kinds of these guys. One are the ones who put together the movement. This is for, you got the base and you have the parts and you put everything together. Now the other kind is the guy who takes the movement in one piece and puts the hands and the dial and puts it in the case and trims the stem on it, gets it all set and tests it out and ships it out the door. The guy that does that for us is named Sebastien Mounet. This is for Larique. The guy that we have doing it for this other project we're working on, his name is Chris. Cool guy. But they sent him the wrong spec, so I just had to send him the right ones. Michael, how you doing? Good to see you. We're just about ready to do our second launch, so we, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, the thing is that if you're dealing with a watch and all you need is the movement, and the movement's already done, and you got one person who's going to take all of that stuff and put it together, it is so much easier. Let me tell you the difference between dealing with Larique and dealing with Montreuil's Foudet Sablé. Some name, huh? Anyway, what do you think about the new watches that come out of the box for over 30 to 40,000 from unknown watchmakers? Okay, this is what I think, Abdul. If they can get it, great. Okay, I, is that they say that there's a sucker born every minute and a con man born every hour. The guys charging that much are born on the hour. I have a feeling. Maybe not. Hey, some guy, there's some people like those two Peterman Bedot, those two guys. Their stuff is worth it. They're really talented watchmakers. That French kid, oh God, I forgot what his name is, but his stuff is just fantastic. They're worth it. If somebody is out to make a quick buck doing that, what can I say? Anyway, Abdul, that's my unprejudiced opinion about that. Hey, Brian, good to see you. those Quinn Gui Bao watches you did, they're interesting, but looked around 40,000 quid. Ah, I wasn't sure on the pricing on that. Um, Benny Hugh, I guess HUI. He's the guy who has it, and the reason I didn't put a price down is that I'm not sure where they are. To tell you the truth, I looked at some of them. Some of them were up there that looked like they were around 40 k quid, but I don't know if all of them are that. Some of the other ones I thought were lower, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't say. But they're beautiful watches. I think that, and I really like the way they put the horology up front. I like that. That's always fun to see. Hey Ray, how you doing? HRM. Oh, good. You found your next grail. The Grand Seiko. I love the names that Grand Seiko has. they put they put I don't know if they use vowels or not, but they have something that's unpronounceable. The SLGW005, a modern reissue of the 45 GS. It has the best tassel experience when winding. Ooh, according to Maso. Well, he would know. Hi, Andrew. Yeah, Brandon. The thing that gets me is are sites that don't tell you the all of the information about the movement. they I want to know what the name of the movement is, the frequency, the power reserve, and I want to know the base of it, so that when somebody goes in to buy a IWC, they say this is an IWC I 1 2 3 4 base ETA 6498 or something. So yeah, we should have all of the information. Price upon request. Hey guys, let me tell you what they're doing. Brandon, also too, about the information. The ones that they have on, where is it? Chrono 24. The ones on Chrono 24 that have price on request. I think the reason they have that is so many prices are changing so quickly. The price on my humble FP Jorn Chronomat Souvain, that thing went through the ceiling. It's insane. And so some guy who's got one up for sale and somebody doesn't grab it at 100,000, the next thing he knows they're 150,000 and he bought it for 20,000. Okay. Back before the pandemic. I mean, it is really nuts. And so they put down a price uh, on request. I suppose going the other way, if things start dropping like an anchor, they might want to adjust their prices downward. But I think for the most part, the prices are just crazy insane. Okay. Okey doke. Getting together again. That's always fun. Um, okay, what else do you guys want to talk about? What else is new and exciting in the world of horology? Let me show you something I just got. I just got this. It's hot off the press. Let's see. This is the kind of stuff that I really enjoy. Okay, where is it? You're going to Paris. I don't know. There are a lot of watch. You can go to, go to the FP Journe boutique there, Michael. That'd be interesting. Um, Chrono Passion and Antoine Macedo. Brandon would know that one. Thanks, Brandon. Hi, Michael. Oh, Plavler Dome. Oh boy. Yeah, that would be a place I'd like to go to. Hi, Andrew. There's also some great watch bands and manufacturer stores in Paris. Absolutely. Those are the ones I'd go to, both ABP Concepts Paris. I think, yeah, well, they would be in Paris. ABP Concepts, Jean Rousseau is also there. So, yeah, Andrew, good tip. Antoine de Macedo. Great. Wow. Boy, Brandon, you've been visiting. That's great. That's one thing in Paris I know nothing about is except for Busseron, and I think they quit making men's watches. Chaumet is also at Plaverdome. Um, Let me see what else. See Chaumet, Van Cleef and Arpels. Ooh, Michael, you got to go to Van Cleef and Arpels. That's also in Plata Verdum. They've got a whole bunch of really nice shops there, and your wife will like it too. I know, but they have that. I think they have a Chanel there also. Chanel. Hey, you can find a Monsieur Chanel. There's all kinds of great places there. Those would be where you could find some very interesting horology. Trying to think who else at Paris. Paris, I'm not that. Oh, Michael, yes, definitely. Go to Plaverdome, all right, and what you can find. This one, this is my Boucheron. In fact, at the bottom, instead of saying made in, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it says 26 Pla Verdun. And they have some wonderful things for women there. Uh, Van Cleef and Arpels, uh, take your wife to Van Cleef and Arpels and tell her that I don't know if she has them already, but she might like a pair of earrings. They have a really nice one. What are they called? Um, anyway, they got a lot of nice things there for your wife. Believe me, she will not pay attention to any watch you buy if you go there. Trust me. And of course, you're going to have to hitchhike home, but other than that, it would be great. Okay, what else is going? Oh, by the way, Michael, you want to bring us all something when you come home. That's what I always do. Whenever I go to Europe, I always bring a present for everybody. So we'll expect that from you too. Hermes. Oh, yes, of course. Hermes, great one, Andrew. Hermes would be another one. Um, it's funny. I've been to the Hermes shop that they have on Rue de Faubourg. What is it called? The main Hermes store. Fab, trying to think. Anyway, well, you can look it up. But they have really good one. Get a map too. Get a thing called Paris Access. They have a lot of good stuff. Um. So anyway, okay. And remember, presents for everybody. Every time I go everywhere, that's what I get. Okay. Um. I wanted to show you something. This is something that the yeah, if the wife tags along. Try to get your wife not to tag along going to Hermes. Uh, there's another place. You can also get some ties there that are nice, Michael, and also at Hermes. Also, your wife, you can get some really nice scarves there. Not to mention a nice little, um, what are they called? A handbag. She'd like those. That's what they're famous for. And of course, don't forget Antoine de Macedo. By the way, hey, Brandon, is Antoine de Macedo? Is it he or she? Are they in the Pla de Verdun? Okie doke. Anybody else going anywhere that would you could get some good advice, not from me, but from everyone else. What's a good city to go watch shopping in? The, um, there you go, Brandon. That would be a very cool watch to wear because the Van Cleef and Arpels and Chaumet have both used Agenor movements or parts of movement. The thing about horology by the sea, they would rather have you get something from Paris than buy it from them. That's the kind of guy that Brandon is. He's looking out for the watch collector. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think you're right, Brandon. You know where I think is from at least from what everyone tells me, one of the best places for watch shopping is Las Vegas. There are a lot of shops there for, I guess, either after somebody hits the jackpot, they run out and buy a new watch or whatever. But there are a lot of very expensive ones there. Um, New York City, I found, is pretty good too. You got there's I can't think of a watch shop that isn't there. But from what I understand, Miami is supposed to be really great. You're down that way anyway, aren't you, Michael? Right. you, you should need you should need a passport to go to Tennessee. That's great. Oh, that's a wonderful thing. There you go, Michael. Okay, yeah, I gotta agree with, Brandon, Encinitas. How can you beat Encinitas? Right up there with I used to fly out of Carlsbad, which isn't far from Encinitas. Great place. Dubai is pretty good. No kidding. That was yeah, I that was where I got my, Maritz Grossman was, from Dubai. That is a good place, Calistoman. I'm gonna call you Cali. How's that? Anyway, okay. We're having travel log today. I wanna travel to someplace without a foot of snow, which I'd really like, uh, or a ton of snow. We've got a bunch of snow on our deck, and we're hoping that it'll knock it down because and so the insurance will pay to give us a new one. Michael, yeah, those sound I haven't been in Hong Kong or Singapore. I used to live right outside of Tokyo, but I haven't been to any of them in years. Cali's good? Okay, great. I just 9/11 just returned from Singapore. Oh, great. You know, there are a lot of good places to get, one of my favorite places that I was told not to go watch shopping by Federico, New York City, 47th Street, the, Diamond District. I got my best deals in the world there. I got 2 FP Journes there, and both both of them have been wonderful watches. Yeah, Singapore used what was the name that was called the what was the name of the place that was in Singapore that owned Breguet? Oh, wait. No, they didn't own Breguet, they owned, Daniel Roth. They owned Daniel Roth brand. What was the name of that outfit in, Singapore? Anybody remember that one? No, it wasn't WeCo, it had another name, they owned it for a long time, and then they got in trouble. I think it was a retail place, and then it went say, "Hey, th we Abdul, those look like I tell you, they look like all of those are fun watches you're selling. The Hourglass, that's it. Yeah, Michael, that was the name of it. I think it was called the Hourglass, and they owned, Daniel Roth for years, and then, they ran into problems, and Roth then went to, Bulgari for 1 year, I think, and they have all of his best stuff, and then, of course, now Bulgari is owned by H uh, Louis Vuitton, and so then it come out again in this for $1 jillion. Hey, listen, if I could get my wife to go there, I would love to go to Singapore. I think I'll gather up more information about the shopping there. That that might do the trick. Unfortunately, she's developed some really, really, I think every time I come home with a get a new watch and come home with a sort of it's a watch distraction present for my wife. "Look at this. This is for you. You're hiding your watch." Um, so both of them have gone up. Oh, you stop at Raffles. That's where I stayed when I was there. I love Raffles. I was told that it was the hotels in Singapore are just amazing, and, but I liked Raffles. I really did. Go and have a Singapore sling. "How you doing, Andy?" "Oh, good, Andy. I'm glad you came." We it's okay if we use that logo you made for us, Andy? That was so fantastic. Oh, man, you're lucky you got out before the snow. It was like a record snowfall. They still haven't opened the schools around here. Here it is Tuesday, and we had the snow on, Sunday. Just crazy. It's actually accumulated snow on snow on snow. We paid, let's see, Singapore dollar 44 each for their Singapore sling. Whoa. When I was there, it was a long time ago. In fact, the last time I was in Hong Kong was when it was a British colony still, before '99. Oh, thanks, Andy. Hema, um, if you're new to this hobby, prepare to go broke, but have a good time doing it. I don't know. That's a good question, though. How come we're having so much fun with watches and spending money on stuff or amounts of money we'd have never dreamed of spending? I mean, I have sort of 2 expenditures, watches and everything else, and they're on 2 different budgets. One's up here and the other one is here. Okay, guys, what else is new? Who would like to see a movement? Let me show you one I got. And I'm gonna show this. This is what good watchmaker uses to the kind of specifications that they use to make sure everything is in the right place, because you have, like, these little I don't know, let me see if I have it right. These guys right here, these little, um shafts, if you for, opinions that go up that you put the hands on, you've gotta know exactly where they go. This part they have you can see the number of different, uh you can see the number of different movements that they have in here, and each one of these little indentations is another one. And there's also some kinda gearing that goes down here. But if if you're ever dealing with somebody who claims to be a watchmaker, show them one of these, and if it doesn't make any sense to them, go find another watchmaker. They put it that way. Anyway, that's what I've been dealing with today with our watchmaker. Andy, you're right. Andy, you're absolutely right. Yeah, that's I couldn't put it better than that. Have no idea. What have I done? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, right now, I'm saving up for one that is being planned in the future. Um, we're working on we're working on our 4th. Actually, and when I say working on it, actually working on it, we're finishing up our 3rd Larique watch, which I'm very excited about, the Aero Zulu. I can hardly wait to see that one. Uh, Double retrogrades, and a band that's not gonna get stopped, and I'm hoping that they're afraid of getting sued for having a tariff, and so they'll suspend them for a while, who knows? Hi, Mark, how you doing? Oh, the crown just popped off on your Roger Dubuis Golden Square? Yeah, Andy, your local watchmaker. Usually a crown, it just you just screw it on. Let me see. Yeah. This is a one of my watches that I'm working on. I think this is my Soprod movement, one of the few ones I have. But this part right here, the crown, there's a like a temporary crown, and it's a little plastic thing they put on there, and all you have to do is just unscrew it. Now, I don't if yours broke, that might take a new stem, or maybe the watchmaker has some way to take a partial of the threads to put it back on with. But I break much more than that. You're an amateur watch breaker, Andy. You got to get professional. It was, I break them all. Let me see. Yeah, some of them are different. This is on my FP Journe. See that on the top of the crown, there are those two. Let me see, where is it? There are those two little holes. And anyway, you can't, it's hard to see on this, but they have these two little holes here, and I have no idea what they're for. I mean, they're like pinholes. They're so thin. And then the one on my Boucheron, the one you're going to go see, Michael, at Plover Dome, is it's totally tucked in to the. It's somewhat hard to wind too. You have to sort of go like that to wind it. But yeah, that's and that's by the way too. Roger Dubuis is one of my favorite watch brands. Hey, Leaf Town, how you guys doing up there? Wow, you're having a late breakfast, Abdul. Take care and feel better too, man. I know you've been down and out. Okay, what else is going on in the watch world that would be fun to talk about? Yeah, that's true. You know something, one of the ways that I sort of got to know about Roger Dubuis and, Jean-Marc Wiederrecht were great friends, and they worked together for Harry Winston back in the '80s, and, there are these pictures of Nicholas and Laurent Wiederrecht, who are now running Agenor, as kids with Roger Dubuis and his wife and Jean-Marc Wiederrecht's wife, who, by the way, is a very cool person. You guys have lots of snow up in Canada too. That's we, we I don't know. I thought global warming had sort of tempered things down. I figured, okay, there's an upside to global warming. I guess not. It came along and whacked us when we weren't ready for it. I think they said something. It was the La Nina weather pattern, and so things are they're just so unstable. And when we moved up here about 30 years ago into Connecticut, very different weather pattern than there is now. So it was sort of every year you could expect a good amount of snow, uh, and then it would go away. But now we've had snow and snow and snow. So that's why we get to have a snow discussion on watches. Oh, thanks, Andy. Yeah, it's a good question, Kevin. Anybody the only problem with Vietnamese straps is not Vietnamese straps. It's the import of them gets very dicey. But from what I've seen anyway, they look fine. It's just a matter of importing them. I haven't bought any. I just know about them, but not enough. Trying to think what else is going on. We covered Michael's trip to Paris. Um, ah, great. That's good to hear in Canada. Leaftown, do you have any? Tons. I don't know who they are. Very high quality for the price. Andy, is Tons located? Where is Tons located? Yeah, I what the one that I like is Hadley. Um, that was one I got these for my Boucheron. This is a Hadley strap. That's a croc strap. I They do great work, and for the price, especially compared to what I paid either with ABP Concepts Paris or with Jean Rousseau, and they're American made, so that helps in the sense that I don't have to worry about importing. Oh, they're from. How do you do? They have a website that you can, Andy, that you can. Oh, Andrew, TUE. Tuan Vu, is that it? Graham from Tons. Yeah, Aaron's really good. Uh, he's a he's a very good one. By the way, too, here's the link to the Ton store that I found. I haven't had a chance to look at them, but it's always good to have a to know about one that's available. Just glancing at the straps they had there looked pretty good. So, oh hey, you know what I'm looking for? This is again, this is part of the endeavors of pretentious watchmakers. Um, I'm looking at getting um, it's called a punch, and it's one the old fashioned ones a punch. You know, you want to put the a certain uh, using a stamp for the guilloche. For example, let's say you want to put a Claude de Paris on in the middle of your dial, and they had a punch, and you take a punch and a mallet and go pop like that. That puts in the guilloche. I wish we had it for Etude number 2. Anyway, um, that's something I thought, well, you know, that might be a fun thing to do as part of, you know, part of the hobby is to join all the other watches I haven't quite finished yet. But have any of you done that? Used a guilloche punch of any sort, or know of any that you could, you know, you get some blank, what they're called, sterile dials. You get some sterile dials and start get some get a paintbrush and some lacquer, and I don't know, that might be sort of a lot of fun for you know for doing onesies and twosies and finally finish my grandson's watch too. Any of you guys ever do that? I guess not. Anyway, so what else is going on? Yeah, Leaftown, Aaron Bespoke used to be called, in fact, he still may be, combat straps. At some time, he thought that was a good idea to call it combat straps. And I go, "What?" And it's sort of the image, but, you know, once, you know, people got to know him, they realized that he's really a, you know, a good bespoke, yeah, what's everyone how about you, Andy? I already told you mine. Mine's my Vacheron Constantin Mercator. By the way, too, just real quick in relationship to Andy's question, how many of you will wear more than a single watch every day? I don't mean simultaneously, but I mean you put on one in the morning, afternoon you want to have another, maybe the evening you have another one for no other reason than just to put on some watches. Ray, you got a Patek 5230. What does that look like? Oh, it's a world timer. Okay, thanks. Ah, it makes good belts too. Anybody else want to share their watches? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get a G-Shock. Where there's my G-Shock. Yeah, okay, Michael, good. You I'm glad to hear that. I thought I was the only one that was nuts. Omega. Oh, you got your oh, wow. A Chopard Quality Fluier, both a Quality Fluier and a, Geneva seal on their watches. Not the same watch, but they have a, the, Quality Fluier was set up, I think, in was it La Chute de France or somewhere around there, where they, uh so watches that were outside of the canton of, Geneva could get the, sort of a quality stamp. And of course, there's Patek Philippe, they put PP on their watches. I I'm sorry, Ray, I didn't mean to I I had a Patek Philippe and I loved it. I had a Calatrava years ago. I am still mad at them for their silicone hairsprings, but otherwise, they're great watches. Yeah, I know. I already knew that. I just figured, how can it's sort of like among living among the damned, how can you add any burden to that? Oh, okay. I'm glad. I sometimes wear, Andrew, 4 watches in one evening. I just look at 'em. Yeah, I don't blame you. I know there's some watches, for some reason, I just love to wear. They're not necessarily my most expensive watches. They're not the most popular watches. There's just something about them. It's like that Alexi, and and this one I've always liked to wear, my FP Journe Chronomètre Souvenir, but also my, Boucheron. Boucherons are still a great buy because most people don't know what they are, and they had this deal with, Girard-Perregaux, and they made a Girard-Perregaux 4000. So a lot of these have the Girard-Perregaux 4000 in it. There was another one, a squarish one called the Reflect or something like that, and I mean, really a great price too, and I sort of was eyeing it and thinking about it. Well, I modernized. Oh, listen, there are all kinds of things, Ray, that advantages that you have. Sort of make it almost as almost as good as a quartz watch. Sorry. I ought to be just tell me to shut up. Get over it. There you go. Oh, wow, Chopard Imperial. That sounds like a nice watch. What watch do you wear for overseas travel? Um, the reason I'm asking is that I've been looking for a world timer for a long time, but I wanna get a world timer that I won't get mugged in. Uh, that's one good thing about watches like, the, Roger Dubuis. Most people don't know Roger Dubuis. You can wear a $50,000 Roger Dubuis, and they'll leave you alone. On the other hand, you got a used Rolex, they'll they'll cut your wrist off to get it. But for travel, I don't know. One of the things is that Van Cleef& Arpels, oh, what's it called? It's French for time here and time elsewhere. So I wrote it down somewhere. Um, anyway, that's one that I love to wear it, but the problem is that with my older eyes, it's the double, jumping hours are a little small for me. Yeah, I can get it through. Yeah, they're great. They really are. Well, look, guys, my time is up before frying pan or rolling pin time comes. So it's been really wonderful. You guys had some great things to talk about today. And I'm glad we got to sort of do a travel log with Michael's trip coming up. So anyway, and Michael's going to bring us all something, so I can hardly wait till he gets back. Take care, guys. Yeah, yeah, they are. Anyway, have a good day and stay warm.